Hello, welcome to Cooking with Chef Tina. Today we are talking about kale. We're cooking with kale. And all you hear nowadays is talk about kale. Kale in your smoothies, kale in your salads, just kale all over the place. Why is that? That's because kale is an excellent green vegetable because it's high in beta carotene, vitamin C, vitamin A. I'm sorry, not vitamin A, but vitamin K and calcium. So for those people who are low on calcium, add some kale to your diet and you can get calcium that way also instead of using dairy if you're not a dairy person. So kale can be eaten raw. You can cook it, saute it, boil it, steam it, bake, roast it. You can even make kale chips with it. Today we're actually going to do two things. We're going to make a raw kale salad, and we're also going to saute the kale today. So let's get started. So I've already washed. You want to make sure you wash your kale, and depending upon how you're going to use it, you may even want to dry it. I didn't dry it. I just kind of shook it dry, and it'll be fine for what I'm using it for today. So this is a curly kale. There are several different kinds of kale, but this is probably, in my opinion, one of the mildest kales. So definitely useful for all different types of applications. So what do you do with it though? Because it's green, it's on the stalk, it's leafy, what do you do? All you do is take your kale leaf and you just literally rip the leaves off. Boom. That's your kale. And so today we're also going to chop the kale. For the kale salad, I'm going to chop it as thinly as I possibly can, so it can kind of not take forever to chew. So this is how I'm going to cut it for the salad. And I'm going to do this for every leaf, and of course I don't do one leaf at a time, and that's because I cook a lot with it. I can take several leaves at once, but for this we're just going to chop it very, 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 very thinly. And then I'm going to go crosswise. So see, very, very small pieces of kale. So that's for our salad. Now for the stir fry, I'm not going to chop it as small. I'm going to go one way through. So I'm just going to do a much bigger chop. So the leaves are bigger. So we've got some tooth for the saute. So I'm going to finish chopping and I'll be back. So the next step is to add our oil, and this is the chopped up kale. So as you can see, it's pretty fine. Now this was about 4 leaves of kale, and it will definitely shrink once you start to add the oil, because we're going to massage the oil into the kale leaves to break this down, because kale is